Originally, I started this channel with my first video that was on the 3-bolt auto locking hubs for my 96 Bronco. No matter how much I searched for that, nobody had any information on there on how to rebuild them, or whatever you want to call it, how to take them apart even. So that was my first video. And I decided to put it out there because nobody else had one. And I know that some people want to keep their machines stock, OEM as much as possible. Some people don't like the auto locking hubs, but that's why I created the video. I have an issue with my Rocket 3 GT. The cruise control's not working. It's not activating. Now, I used Tune ECU to verify that the controls were still registering, so I know that it wasn't anything inside the housing for the controllers. I did a lot of research online to try to see if anybody else has had a similar issue, and I tried to find some instructions if there was a reset or whatever it is. I did find one post where somebody said that you had to do a reset on it, but I had to do so much digging on there that I decided to make this video. If anybody else has this issue, comes across it in the future or anything like that, they know what to do. It worked for me, so I'm going to give a visual on what the process looks like. And here we go. Ignore the fact that my bike is dirty. It's dusty in the garage, it's raining out, so yeah, she will get washed as soon as the rain lets up. First thing you want to do is turn on your bike. Make sure that the fuel pump engages. All right, you don't want to start the bike, you just want it turned on. You're going to pull the front brake, release, push the rear brake, release, pull the clutch, release, roll the throttle forward, not backwards, forward, release, push the set accelerator, release, the reset accelerator, release, and then that's it. And you'll see here, this is the second theme. I forget what it's called, but I know the first one is called the quartz theme. I like this one, but you'll see that the cruise control indicator is in the center. On the quartz, it's somewhere down here. Before, mine was not getting this. Like I said, I used Tune ECU to verify that the switches were registering. I was getting a signal from them whenever I'd tap them, but for whatever reason, the cruise wasn't working. But I did this reset and everything works fine now. So after you do the reset, you're gonna wanna turn off the bike and then turn it back on, start it, test it out, make sure it's working. I ended up doing mine twice before visually verifying that the cruise control was there before I started it up or did anything else. However many times you might need to do it, I don't know if I needed to do it twice or if the first time worked. So I was just making sure that I was following the process, that I didn't skip any steps, and that I was holding each item long enough for the reset to take. I'd mentioned that I was doing some rewiring. I created custom pigtails, things like that. I did go and take the tank completely off, and you will have to remove this bolt right here to get the tank completely off, along with everything else. But I had to dumb down the pigtails. So I used to have 4 leads coming out for each, and now the only ones that are attached to these pigtails is the Zumo XT. Because that's not always on, it's not always connected, I went ahead and left it with its own pigtails. The second pigtail coming off of there is for these lock nuts so that I can quickly attach my heating gear plug. You see that I still have my alarm on here, camera module, the wiring for the camera module. So what ended up happening is the way I had the wiring going before, the front camera here, ooh, I got something stuck in there. Look at that. Ooh, yeah, she needs to be washed. Okay, the camera was getting interference, electrical interference, because the way I had it run was from the pigtail, it went up the side, just above, or just underneath the tank here. And that was a little too close to the coils, I guess. Now I have run it to the front one. Actually, the entire module is wired into the USB port that's in the small compartment here. And it goes over the left side of the engine and it is shielded. So that eliminated all that interference. The other thing I did was my Quadlock, and that was direct wired as well. So what I ended up doing with that, because it was not turning off, is I opened up the cowl, hardwired it directly into the 12-volt port here. Now that was pretty simple. The 12-volt socket has a 2-wire plug that I just tapped into. So this is just run down the side, underneath, through the bottom of the cowl. So let me know what you think. Was this video helpful? Has anybody else run into this issue? Are there resources out there that I'm not seeing? And this video is totally unnecessary. But okay, like, comment, subscribe, let me know. Let's try to get to that 100 mark. All right, stay tuned.
That's 7 protocols, okay?
Triple black is back. Oops. Dress appropriately. There's a good reason for that. Honestly, I never have had this issue of putting something in a hole. Stay tuned.